there is so much greed that's starting to come back into this marketplace right now. We're seeing when it comes to the actual stock market itself. This is the stock market, and we're seeing just an absolute parabolic move. And this is where most amateur traders, not you, because you're smarter than that, are chasing this market right now. And they're FOMOing over themselves right now. And they don't know what's going on, and they're jumping over their skins. And there's so much, actually, there's, as you can see here with the fear, and this is the fear and greed index. And the fear and greed index is our greed. We're about to go into the extreme greed. Now, put it this way. We have not been in extreme greed for the last 12 months. This is the 12-month process here. So one thing you really want to, as you know, the market's opposites, right? The market is opposites. And so this is where these levels where we are right now on their fear and greed index, this is the fear and greed index here, right? What was happening is that the market is opposites. And this is the reason why 95% of traders don't do well out of trading. So when they're actually trading the markets, when we're seeing what's going on right now, when there's so much greed in the marketplace, that's when you need to put warning signs on about going with the markets, right? And there's two reasons for that. Firstly, the first reason is that when there starts to become a lot of greed, that's when most traders are starting to become sort of bullish in the markets, and they go, oh my goodness, here we go, FOMO. And they jump all over themselves and they try to enter the markets. And the second reason why I say that is that if we actually have a look at the markets through here, right, one of the things that we also do, one of the things for your longevity in these markets is knowing when sometimes just to stand back and not do anything, right? So some people think that I'm actually short the market right now. I am not short the market right now. I'm just saying I'm standing back. I'm actually, there's a few sections of the markets that I'm actually looking for long setups right now. So, and there's some short setups and so on and so forth. But the purpose of me saying what I'm saying here is, but getting ahead in the markets is sometimes just standing back saying, whoa, this is so much warning signs here. And what is the biggest warning sign you can actually get in the market? If the market starts to make an incredible vertical move, what are we experiencing from here? Look at this here. Look at that move from there to there. This here is major warning bells must be just screaming at you right now. Why? Warning bells are screaming at you right now saying, listen, if you get into me right now, I'm probably going to rip your face off. Right? Because as we can see here, and this is what a lot of traders do wrong, right? And so by looking at what we're looking at here, and this is the thing here, you utilize this fear and greed index for the opposites of what it is, right? So down the bottom here, right? This is down the bottom below, say 25, is what's called, this down here is called extreme fear. Now, as you know, at the time when there's extreme fear happening, what is happening in the markets? One, we're dropping, okay? Secondly, we start to get the recession talks. Thirdly, we talk about market crash, right? All that sort of stuff. But why is it every time we get to these major junctions at the points of this level from here, when most people start to become fearful, we find bottoms? And when we start to get into the extreme or greed levels, and we're getting very, very close to that level there, we still got a little bit more upside to go, I believe, out of the stock market. But we're in the last sort of maybe 5 percentile. Now, let me explain what I mean by what I just said there. If you have a look at any move from here, right, and this is where smart traders, what they do is they stand back and say, whoa, this is too dangerous, right? If this is, see how the move went up through there and then we had the pullback? Well, that was the start of the move, right? Call that 0 and then call this 100, right? That was the end of the move before we end up getting a pullback. Now, there's a difference between a pullback and a complete crash, right? There's what I'm seeing here right now is probably a probably a big pullback. But let's just say that was 0 and 100 was the end of the move before we end up going through the ups and then the drop, and then we go back up again. So if we look at this here, this is obviously 0 because that was the start, and look where we've gone through right now. I would say that we're at the 90, we're probably getting close to say the 90+%, 95%. And so we may have a little bit more upside to go, but guess what? Not much. And most amateurs are trying to chase this little bit through here when just a month ago they were freaking out and they're probably shorting the markets. And this is what traders do, right? They're shorting it down here. They're buying. I know people buying call options up here right now. I'm like, my job is to give you warning signs and say, listen, guys, I have no idea when this is going to happen, but I do know it's very, 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 very close. And so your job as a trader is not to hurt your trading account. Your job as a trader is to say, oh, I'm standing aside. It's okay. I'm not getting involved with this, right? It doesn't mean you're gonna go. It doesn't mean you're gonna go short the stock market. No. It doesn't mean you go long the stock market. No. Right? You don't do that. Right? But sometimes the best thing to do is just stand back and wait because you know things are out of balance. And when things become out of balance, that's when you get these hard and fast and sharp snapbacks from here. You do eventually get a hard and fast snapback, right? And you do eventually start to catch up to. Look at this here. The market eventually what? Comes back to the moving average, comes back to the moving average, comes back. Look how far we are right now. We will eventually, the moving average is coming up through, we will eventually at least have a pullback to come to the moving average, right? It's coming, right? Through all of history, even through the initial COVID boom, right? Look what ended up happening. Then we had what? Then we had a what drop? We had almost, what was that there? Almost a 15% drop in the markets. Ooh, you know what happened there? Oh, that's it. The top's in, blah, blah, blah. And then recessions and then the market will go back up again, right? So that's what I'm saying from here. So yes, we can keep going up here. But smart traders know that why are you trying to capture that last 20% of the move or last 10%? It's probably the last 5% of the move. That's not smart. That's called dumb. What do smart traders do? They know they're probably going to get a pullback soon, so they wait for the pullback. Then they go from here, right? That's what they start to do. And trading's not about being lucky, okay? So right now we're getting a lot of this. Look at this here. All this here, I believe we've got a little bit more upside to come out of the markets, but this is ugly. Screaming, step aside. The building is about to fall, right? And it's about to fall big time from here. And it's going to rip some people's faces off. We're in the greed here. We're about to go to the extreme greed. And then we're likely to see a pullback. But here's the thing that I do say about the stock market here. Let's go to the S&P 500. I ultimately do have, this is the S&P 500 here. I ultimately do have a 7,500 target this year. So while I'm saying the birding's building, run away, right? While I'm saying that, I'm saying that we're just probably going to, we're just going to step in the markets. That's what the market does, right? Look at all the market. Market go up, market have pullback. Market up, market. See what market do? So if you know what market do, don't expect this thing just to keep going up. Because if it does, yes, every now and then the market's going to do that, right? But if you want consistency long term, then don't be trading something that happens 5% of the time. That means 95% of the time you're going to be wrong, right? What is it? What happens 95% of the time? We go up, and then we get a bit of a pullback. And then we go up. So this is what we're probably going to get here, right? So many warning signs are screaming right now to step aside and don't get involved with it. But I actually have a 7,500 target by the end of this year. So therefore, what I'm seeing right now is I'm personally waiting for this to give me the reset. Then we have the big move, right? And it's so interesting to see that there were so many traders that were like, crash. Now they're like, boom. Don't go with the market, right? Well, actually, don't chase the market. If the market's already gone down, then let it go up. If the market's already gone up, it's probably going to go down again, right? Boom, 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 boom. And the last thing I want to share with you guys on today's video is right now we're getting the gold breakout from here. This is a major topping pattern out of gold. We're getting a little rally from here. I wouldn't be too surprised to see gold actually, we may get just a little bit more upside from here, right? And then we're probably going to start to see a big movement on the downside from there. So we're expecting a big move here. But overall, guys, this stock market right now is absolutely on fire. And you know what happens when it says on fire? We get the greed coming in. And here we go, right? The Nasdaq's continue to move up. Mark my words, guys, something big is about to hit this market that's going to send shock waves to the downside. Hey traders, just a quick heads up. I'm actually giving away free access to my Mastery Trading course for a limited time. If you go to johnspeedgift.com, or there should be the first link in the description. The fact is that 80 to 90% of the stuff that you learn or you use on these trading platforms is a complete waste of time. And only about 5 to 10% of the stuff that you actually learn and use is going to move the needle in the positive direction for you. And that's over the last 20 years, I've put everything that has helped me move the needle in the positive direction in this here, and I've left everything else out. So go to johnspeedgift.com right now and grab complete free access to this Mastery Trading course.